Did they just say this is the W1AW station?
Alpha Whiskey, stroke 1, QRZ.
Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu.
November Alpha?
Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. This took months, but I finally got one. A couple of months ago, I posted a video at the TRW swap meet, and I showed a handheld monoband QRP radio for 10 meters that does single sideband.
You can
see the top there.
Charlie Queen America, final
Look at that S meter.
Thank you, Italy Kilo Zero, Papa Hotel Yankee.
I might. 10 meters DX.
Kilowatt Zero, Papa Hotel Yankee.
And CW, and it's internally powered, and I picked one up. This is the Mizuho. Yes, I had to take a moment there to make sure I pronounced that correctly. Gym. That's right. This is a big gym. So this is a monoband, only 15 meters. I think it's dual sideband. I don't think it's a true single sideband because there's no upper or lower, and you wouldn't do that on 15. Regardless. This also transmits CW and has a key built into it as well as a PTT on the side. Let's take this over to the tabletop, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it. But yeah, this is totally a working radio with some really cool quirks and features as well that we're going to take a look at. So you can see, in comparison to a QMX, they're quite differently sized radios. But I'll show you the back here. And yeah, this is a crystal-controlled radio, meaning that we have a fairly finite amount of workable frequencies we can use with this. So there's actually an A and a B frequency set that you can control, and you can use this VFO, if you will, to change a little bit throughout the frequency spaces. So inside we want to pop this guy out. You can have a couple of batteries. So if you're running NiCad batteries that are roughly AA batteries, then you would not use this little spacer that this came with. Otherwise, if you were doing 6-3 batteries or dry batteries, then you would put this in as a dummy load, because this puts out 5 watts of output, which is great. And even these 1.2 volt cells work fine. And yeah, this is definitely not the arrangement of batteries my daddy would tell me to use, but a smattering of them, I still got 5 watt output. And you can see there is some adjustability. I haven't gone in and done a tune of any kind on the receiver yet. But yeah, there's a fun little mark here. I'm guessing that is to make sure that this is closed. And when it's closed, it'll actually turn on. I wonder if I can turn it on like this. I cannot. I have to put the back on. So I'm guessing that has to have a completed connection to do so. But yeah, pretty fascinating little device inside here. Hopefully you can see that. Now, for its time and kind of the era of radio, this was actually pretty interestingly featured for a handheld. Sure, it's mono band, but I'm going to show you some stuff that this does, hopefully, that I think would take it well beyond the standard. So that's the operating space with that cool little needle and meter and whatnot. But let's look at the bottom. Yeah, the bottom can actually take an external power supply or the 9.5 volts with the internal batteries. It also has an attenuator, and you can switch the mode between single sideband and CW, as well as add an external key. Yeah, this will run external keys too. So let's take a look at the top here. So turning it on, I have the 9-volt battery switch on, and I can turn the volume. And we got a speaker, and we got a mic. Interestingly enough, the speaker is that, what is that smaller sized one. So maybe not great for how you might normally want to run headphones or whatnot. Back on the top, there is a noise blinker that you can engage. We already mentioned the crystal switch or the band switch. There is RIT control for when you need to change your receiver offset if you're working some different stations. And there's a key, and the way you operate this, so the radio's off, you hold down the PTT button to enable transmit, and then you tap out your code, and this functions as a straight key. You got a limited VFO on the top here. Looks like that's not, you can't change it to a higher or lower step because you don't have a very wide spread here. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. But let me throw an antenna on here so we're doing things safe. Oh. There's someone on the A channel, but got him. Wow. I got to get some audio in here so you can hear it. Hold on. I need to get some better ears on for this.
Okay, Charlie 6 Alpha Norway Oscar, this is November 2, November Delta Yankee. Right now, I'm not able to copy any more of the signal at the moment. Maybe we can try again another day. I don't know if you can copy me, but maybe we can try again some other day. Maybe on 20. Today seemed a little busy, so maybe we can have a feature another day. I will be in touch with you on 72 Charlie 6 Alpha Norway Oscar, November 2, November Delta Yankee, Eastern Massachusetts.
Eastern Massachusetts.
Delta Yankee, Charlie 6 Alpha, November Oscar. Dale, I've lost you there in the QRP. Condition has changed. I don't know if you want to try on 40 meters. I don't know if you can, I don't know what 40 meters is like.
I can barely hear you in there, Reinhardt. I can barely copy you. So maybe we need to try again on another day. I think you mentioned something about 40 meters there.
Oh, yes, your signal prior to the act of you speaking with here. Let me go down on 40 and see frequency. Go ahead. For my conditions here, we can find something above 175. I can go down for a few minutes and then I gotta run back.
Looks like we're losing our potential contact here. So that's the A channel. B channel, let's see what's over there. Looks like it got quieter. That was somebody.
Roger, Bob, take your W9BL. J3CZY, K5 Candy. Yeah, Elvin, you are 5 and 6 on peaks, Elvin. 5 and 6 on peaks. So I'll copy, Elvin.
GA3CZY, K5 Kilo, November Delta, over.
It sounds pretty good. I will say the VFO is quite touchy. When you mess with this, it jumps you a lot.
Thank you, Bob. WIDF, JN3NOW, K5 Kilo, November Delta returning. Good morning, Kazu. You are 22 to 33. 22 to 33.
Can you copy me, Kazu? JN3NOW, K5 Kilo, November Delta, over.
I do actually want to figure out what frequencies this thing works on. Let me flip this over to CW operations. So we're in the switch there, and there was somebody talking. So let's get off their frequency. Curious. Let's throw a key on here really fast and see if it does function that way. And I have both an iambic. I know this does not have a keyer in it, but I'm pretty sure this will work in this case. Is we can just use one side. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, there we go. All right, let me characterize the frequency set on this radio. And I can do that by using my base ham radio. I'm going to key up on the frequency. So I'm going to start over in the A band here. And we're going to key up and see where the signals start at. And then we're going to kind of work our way up to the top here. And then that will be the frequency spread for the VFO here. So let's start at the bottom, A, and we'll transmit. All right, so I found that the A band takes us from 21,248 to 21,259, and the B band takes us from 21.298 to 208 to 213. So okay, cool. And the reason for that is this is a crystal controlled radio, meaning there's only a finite frequency space they can operate on. And there is some adjustment, which we saw in the back. I believe that's the adjustment phase, but I gotta be honest with you, I tried getting the manual for this thing. I found one version, but it's not the 15 or a comparable document for the 20 or the 40. And it didn't go into things like tuning the receiver or anything along those lines. So I'm not sure exactly how effective that was. But what I do find pretty interesting, this still puts out 5 watts, whether you're on an external battery or the internal battery pack, which I think is really, really cool. I'm going to do a quick pass. I'm going to go back to the A band here. Did they just say this is the W1AW station?
73, Dan. Take care. Whiskey 1 Alpha, Whiskey.
What? It is. Okay.
OCQ, Whiskey 1 Alpha, Whiskey, stroke 1.
Kilo India 6. Nope, you're going to be in CW mode. Yep. Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu.
Kilo Juliet 5, Lima Charlie Bravo, 59 in Maine. Actually, you did. You actually talked to me personally. Operators that are using the call, so you could have learned some of the others as well. Duplicates, no problems at all. Have a good one. Take care. Thank you, you too. Whiskey 1 Alpha, Whiskey, stroke 1, QRZ.
Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu.
November Alpha?
Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu.
Kilo Alpha 6, November Alpha Zulu, you 59 in Maine.
Close. Kilo India, Kilo India, Kilo India.
Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu, 59 Maine.
You're 5'9" here into Southern California, making the jump. Thanks for the contact, 7-3.
My pleasure. Thank you. 7-3. Whiskey 1 Alpha, Whiskey Stroke 1.
I can't. Are you serious? Now, I appreciate that this is the work that this is putting out is the step IR. My step IR 3-element beam is obviously what's pushing the signal, but there you go. It works. And it works really well. Now, this is double sideband from what I can tell. In fact, let me get off frequency here and put this back in a sideband. And oh, maybe not. Hold on. Let me get a good shot of this on the camera here. No, I'm definitely wrong. This is single sideband. So you can see Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. We're off frequency a little bit, but yeah, it's going through. That was into a dummy load, by the way, guys. It's going through his upper sideband. And then if we switch, I think we can just do that. Yeah, and you can see the waveforms more like CW. So, okay. Wow. What a fantastic purchase. I'm so glad I got one of these. Now, truth be told, I'll post the eBay listing that I had on here. You're going to be much better off just getting yourself a QMX, okay? Let me just say that. This is purely like a nostalgia grab. Had this been 20 or 10, I would have been even more satisfied and kind of just called it there, but now I'm kind of desiring the 20-meter version of this, or realistically the 10, because the 10 says like DX Handy on the bottom of that, which just cracks me up on number of levels. But yeah, there you go. The Mizuho on 15 meters. Thank you, W1AW, for making a contact with me. That's far better than I expected to actually demonstrate this. So now, given that this is running 6 AA cells, I can't imagine it's going to run for incredibly long. You're probably going to be a lot better with CW. It's also pretty heavy. It's a true metal construction. It weighs a ton, as there's 6 batteries in the back. And yeah, use of this is likely going to be handheld with some kind of a 15-meter base-loaded telescoping antenna. I don't have one of those yet. I may try and build one because I've got some whips kicking around here that just need a coil attached. So I could probably do it with like a 3D printed part, but I'll see what's out there as well. And I'd love to activate with this, and the time is probably right. 15 meters is okay during the day out here. So I may try and activate a park with my Mizuho 15-meter radio. Now, if I didn't mention it, these are available on eBay. You can find them from time to time. A lot of them will be listed as parts only, and because they're mono-banded, you're going to have to look for the ones that you want. I specifically was looking for 10, 20, 15, and then there's 40 and 80. There's even a 6 and a 2, and there's a variety of other radios that are out there. I'm probably not up on all of every band that they ever covered with this radio line. It's what can I say? Look at it. It's just awesome. It's just a really cool thing. So there it is. Just wanted to share that with you all. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. 73.